Well, I don't know. I think I'm running out of them, so maybe we'll call it good there. Oh, cool. Now, I do have to start this video off by saying, Honey and I don't drink, and we haven't drank for a couple of years now. But I will tell y'all this. There are a whole lot of country songs out there that talk about muscadine wine, y'all. And everybody always talks about muscadine wine. Now, I know we could also probably make muscadine jelly. But no, y'all, we're going to be a real Texan today. And we are going to try our darndest to get us enough muscadines that we can make this muscadine wine. So I think there's I looked it up, and this number can't be exact. But there's about 35 muscadines in a pound. And I've just now crossed over the 35. I'm probably closer to the 60 number by now, y'all. Maybe like 45. I'll just say 45. I'm doing pretty good. If I can, and I seen a recipe, it was like 6 pounds. But I'm going to say if I can get at least 2, I'll just do some math and I'll make a smaller batch of wine, because Honey and I, we don't drink, y'all. And plus, Honey's pregnant. She can't drink it all. So I'll just make me a little glass of wine. We'll see what it's like. Ew, that's a raisin. So you can see how large this bush is, y'all. So you would think, that we would have no issues coming in here and getting 20 pounds of muscadines off of it. But no, here's the thing. These birds around here, they literally live in there. I'm pretty sure that they live in there, up in these leaves and bushes, or whatever the heck you would call this. Thorns that just now stabbed me. But they live up in there, and I guess all day long, as the muscadines grow, the second they turn ripe, that bird's like, oh yeah, here's a fresh one. And then, the next grape turns ripe. Oh yeah, another one. And we never even get a chance to pick them, y'all. By the time they're ripe, they're gone. Not today. I think we got as close to 2 pounds. We will go home and weigh them. Okay, so the very first thing that we're going to do, because I believe it's going to take the longest, we have to mix 6 cups of sugar into this water, and then Honey's going to spin around and put it on the stove and boil it. We have to boil it and mix it until all of the sugar is totally clear and dissolved into the water. And you're like, Jake, that's a lot of sugar. I agree, but we're also fermenting grapes. And so we want it to be sweet. These are what the directions said, so I'm just going off the directions. Honey, how many was that? 4?
4, yeah.
5?
I think so.
5? Well, shoot, at this point we might as well.
There you go.
Might as well use the rest of it, right? Okay, Honey, I'll put it on the stove. So now in this strainer we have muscadines that we picked off of the branch outside, and just to measure, because we are going to crush these up, but just to measure how many to put in each jar, I'm going to keep them whole, and I want to fill it probably, I don't know, about halfway up. Well, I don't know, I think I'm running out of them, so maybe we'll call it good there. Oh, cool. Yeah, and then okay. Step 3. Sweep. Okay, we've decided just to focus on 1 glass of wine, because what's the point of 2? And plus we don't even know how well this is going to work, if it's going to work. And now we just got to smash these up, and you don't have to do this step according to the directions, but I just feel like it'll mix in the juice and the flavor of the muscadines a lot better if you crunch them up. So I'm not that concerned about getting them all too crunched. That's good. Look at that. That's going to be juicy. Juicy. And now we'll take them and we'll dump them very... We better not do it like that. Oh,
works.
Okay, that's good. That's a good amount. It's literally all of them. All right, y'all, we got our sugar water. It's all clear, dissolved and everything. We're just gonna take it and dump it into our muscadines here, and we're gonna fill it up. You notice the fruit floats. We're gonna fill it up. Yeah, that's probably good, y'all. That's a good amount to fill it up. And now the last step, we're just gonna sprinkle in our yeast. We got our yeast. We're gonna add, I don't know, a third of a packet. Yeah, that looks great to me, y'all. Let's give it a little bit of swirling action. And that's it. The yeast is gonna go down. The yeast is already getting to work. And now the rule is you put your lid on, but you absolutely do not tighten the lid, because what's gonna happen is this is gonna build up pressure. And if that air can't leave out of the top of this lid, well, it'll just explode, and it's not gonna be fun for anybody. Now, y'all, what we gotta do, we gotta give it like a month, maybe 2 months, and just let it sit in there in a dark room. So we're gonna go take it, we're gonna put it in the closet, and I guess we'll check on it sometimes, but it's really gonna just be something that we forget about. And one day y'all just gotta say, hey Jake, check the wine, and then we'll check it, y'all. It's just the next day, and well, it's still bubbling and stuff, and it's gonna do this for a couple weeks. But I don't know if that looks like something that I quite wanna drink anymore. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. All right, y'all, I gotta ask you, have you ever made muscadine wine yourself? And it doesn't have to be the exact method that I just used by putting it in a little jar and then filling it up with sugar water. There's probably, well, it's probably all kind of the same, but I know there's other methods with like a bucket and then some kind of air trap thing you put in the top of it, and then there's all kind of stuff, guys. You could probably go super cheap making this wine like I did, or you could probably get really into it and really expensive and do all kind of different things. I know in the end we got to strain it, and there's probably different ways that you could strain it, and you could mix in honey, and you could do all kind of different things, y'all. But have you ever made your own muscadine wine or any type of wine? How did it turn out? Was it strong? Was it sweet? Was it bitter? Was it sour? Can you check the alcohol content? Do they sell like a little strip or something that we could dip in there and say, okay, this is, 0.8% alcohol or 8%, however they label it. Is there a way that we could test it like that, y'all? I don't know. Don't worry though, I did look it up. It is perfectly legal for the head of household or an unmarried person to make wine in their home without any kind of license. So don't worry, I got permission from the head of the household, and so we're whipping us up a batch, y'all. That's all for this one. Bye guys, have a great day.